and we're ready to go AFW After Dark, baby.
Woo, that's right. Dynasty After Dark. Let's hit the music.
We're clear for takeoff.
That's all systems go. Move that AFW logo up. Stat.
You're watching the AFW Network.
Hola. 11:30 my time, 12:30 Eastern. It's already tomorrow in the East Coast. Not even tomorrow in the West. What the hell are we doing up? I'm going to talk about Dynasty. That's what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about Dynasty.
Well, the show is actually called AFW After Dark, JP. You typed it in wrong.
Yeah. Oh, did I?
Yeah. That's okay.
That's all right. What are you going to do?
They'll figure it out. It says in the thumbnail. It'll be fine.
Let's start with our first. We're going to just dive right in. 0 hour, our first match. Nick Wayne, Andretti and Rush versus AR Fox and Top Flight. What was a good match resulted in Nick Wayne and the crew, as the other two guys are oftenly called, take the win and gives Nick Wayne some momentum as he heads over to Japan to go ahead and start in the Super Junior tournament. Canada Dry, your thoughts on this match?
I love this for Nick Wayne. He's getting to be and like team with those two guys.
Yeah.
Like very similar. And I love that he's breaking away from Christian. But you don't want your mom in your corner.
I think your mom is essential. You have to have your mom in your corner.
I don't know. All these other wrestlers got these hot girls, and you got your mom.
Come on, she's not bad on the eyes.
Well, she's not, but it's easy for us to say, right? It's your mom.
Oh, what do you think there, Luna?
I unfortunately did not watch the pre-show.
Oh, you didn't watch any of it?
I watched Max Caster get laid out by the
Let's talk about Matt, because Max Caster's the last match of the 0 hours. Max Caster's Open Challenge. Everybody was wondering who it was going to be. This weird music plays. It's Anthony Bowens. So we kind of called it. It is Anthony Bowens comes out and beats Max Caster. Canada Dry, your thoughts?
I'm bewildered why it says STP on his shorts and his.
Yeah, I don't get that either. It doesn't make sense.
Well, STP is Sean Taylor Promotions.
Oh.
But he's with Daddy Ass.
Yeah.
Oh, Shane Taylor Promotions. Sorry,
Yeah.
Sean Taylor.
Okay.
Yeah, that's because they were saying that in the pre-show. We're STP.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
So I don't know what was that about. Maybe they did a time to change gear when they thought, oh, we'll bring him with. Like they were going to originally put him with Daddy Ass. I mean, with Shane Taylor.
I don't know.
But, who knows? But I am becoming like he. Hey, look, we got EVP Joe.
Joe.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Hey.
How y'all doing?
Good. How was the show?
I enjoyed it. Had a lot of fun, man. It's live wrestling. You can't beat it.
Yeah. All right.
Yay.
Go
Are you in a parked car?
I am in a parked car. Yeah, I just wanted to hop on, say hi. I have an hour and 10-minute drive home, so I can't really stay long.
Okay.
So
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, what would you say your? We'll let everyone ask you a question. What would you say your big takeaway from this show would be?
I don't know what the fuck they're doing with the world title. Like, I'm confused as hell. Like, obviously earlier today, I'm the only one who said Mox was retaining.
That's
I
true.
sure as hell didn't see the Bucks showing up to help.
Which you beat us this morning by 1 point.
Yeah, you beat us. You got 12 out of 12. We got 11 out of 12. So Joe, you are the king of Dynasty from earlier.
Well, that's what we'll do. We'll next pay-per-view.
Yeah,
He'll have to put his belt on the line against Me and You in a triple threat match.
It's fitting. It is double or nothing. I mean, and it's a fitting.
I like it.
Two more questions, and I want to go. I gotta drive home.
All right, JP, what are you gonna ask him?
What did you think of the Bowens? Bowens showing up.
Oh, I loved it. Absolutely. I love his new music. I like the new gear.
Yeah.
But we were wondering, why does it say STP on it?
Yeah. I forget what the initials stand for. They showed it all over the arena.
Oh, so it doesn't mean Shane Taylor Promotions?
No, it's something. Oh, support the pride or something like that.
Oh, okay. So it could be
something like that.
Just happened to be another group in AEW called STP.
No, he is not part of Shane Taylor Promotions.
What was your match of the night?
My match of the night was the very first match.
Okay.
Ospreay and Kevin Knight.
Yeah.
Kevin Knight, man, he brought it. I didn't expect that from him. He was phenomenal.
Yeah.
Luna, you have anything you want to ask Joe before he takes off?
Have a safe drive home.
Thanks.
I'm glad you enjoyed the match. I'm glad that you enjoyed the show. That's awesome.
Yeah, had fun. Other than this one guy who couldn't stop rocking back and forth right in my line of sight. That was annoying as fuck. But
you should body slam.
Oh, guess what? We get to wish Matt B a happy birthday. Happy birthday, Matt.
What's up, Matt? Happy birthday.
Right, guys.
Happy birthday.
I'm heading out. I'll talk to you all. Well, maybe JFB on Wednesday. See if he holds the
Still in the air.
We need you, JFB. We need you.
I put a group chat. I was like, someone quick, go check on the JFB.
He's over in the corner mainlining right now.
All right, guys. Good night. I'll talk to y'all later.
Brother.
Ludicrous. Oh, it's luscious. Oh, that was ludicrous, Luna.
What did you think of the Bowens match?
You, Luna.
Yeah, I love this. I glad that I got up and left, and then I came back to Anthony Bowens. I'm like, oh my gosh, Anthony Bowens. And then I was like, I had to sit down real quick. I was like, oh my. I was excited.
But I low-key starting to really like Max Caster.
Oh.
Well, you know what? Because he reminds you of like this worm, and everyone's booing him. He reminds me of the Honky Tonk Man. Like he can't wrestle like the Honky Tonk Man. I want him to get a title and just like swerve around and just.
I said it in the faction chat that I was hoping that one day somebody would stuff a sock in his mouth.
Mr. Sacco?
It's annoying as hell.
You need Mr. Sacco back.
I muted. I'm on my laptop. I had to watch on my laptop, so I muted. I was like mute.
Let's get to the main show. You know, 0 Hour was fun. It was a good way to get the juices flowing. And now we get to the main show. First match of the night. They announced it at 0 Hour. It's going to be the Billy Goat himself, Will Ospreay.
Chippy.
Yeah.
Can we find a rating score for each match, and then we can also rate it?
Yeah.
I don't know which one you used last time when we did it.
I think Isaac's used Bleacher Report. Let's see.
We'll compare our scores with their scores.
Yeah.
I think Bleacher Report was the disappointment one, wasn't it?
Let's see. There we go.
All right. So we going letters or numbers?
Let's go. They do letters, so let's do. Yeah, let's do letters. Let's do letters.
Okay.
All right, so we're gonna go to the first match of the night. It is the Billy Goat Will Ospreay taking on Kevin Knight. Here is the time for us to go ahead and make the announcement. Who in the world? I'm just kidding. Anyways, Canada Dry.
It's the Corporal Punisher.
Hi, John.
The Corporal Punisher is here. All right.
Making his comment debut. He's been in the league for a minute.
So let's get Canada Dry, your thoughts on the first match of the night.
This was a really good match.
Yeah.
I loved seeing what Kevin Knight Kevin Knight can do. He's good.
Yeah. He's really good.
I'm gonna give this match an A.
All right. Solid A. Luna, your turn.
I'm going to give this match a solid A too. It was a lot of fun. It was a blast to watch. Kevin is solid as hell to watch. Of course, Ospreay is always so fun to watch, like a blast.
Yeah.
It was fantastic.
For a guy who was he was a call up. I mean, originally it was supposed to be Ospreay and Jay White. Jay White gets hurt. He's the replacement. Not a lot of time to get ready for the match. He did an absolutely fantastic job.
Mm-hmm.
Kevin Knight and AEW showed you who is going to be the future. I personally give this match an A+. I thought it was fantastic from start.
Kevin Knight is what they wanted AR Fox to be.
Yes. Yeah. Kevin Knight is the better AR Fox. Bleacher Report gave it an A-.
That's all right. It's slightly down. Like
It's okay.
John says that Kevin Knight is a stud.
Not lying.
I don't understand when people talk about stud muffins. Like, you can't put studs in those muffins. You'll hurt your teeth.
Oh, like one stud muffin should be here on the show right now, but where is he?
I don't know. Who are we talking about?
What are you grading the show?
The match? I gave the match an A+. I thought the match was amazing. Let's go to our second match. It's Big Bill. This guy named Keith. And it's the Learning Tree. They're taking on the Hurt Syndicate for the AEW Tag Team Championships. Canada Dry, your thoughts on the second match?
I thought Big Bill and Brian Keith, they looked great in this match. Like, they are a legit tag team. And Big Bill, he was just going around cleaning house.
Yeah.
Like, they were about to win the gold when MJF came and pulled his shenanigans, as JP would say. I'm giving this match a B.
Okay. Luna.
Unfortunately, I thought this match was dull as hell. I kept on wanting to not watch. I kind of forced myself through. I guess the action itself was good, but I just thought it was so dull. Like, I had trouble concentrating. Could have been on Dynamite.
What'd you give it? What kind of grade? What's your letter grade?
Probably like a C. I'm not trying to say that it was a horrible match or anything like that.
That's your opinion.
Yeah.
Action-wise, it could easily probably be a B, but
I think it was just meant to progress the MJF story.
Yeah.
No.
You know what? It is what it is what it is. I mean, there were moments where they made it seem like Big Bill and Brian Keith were going to go ahead and pull off the victory, take the belts away from the Hurt Syndicate. But the reality is, you're not going to put the belts on these guys that are hugely over right now and make them lose to two guys sitting in the mid card. That's not how you win. That's not how you put championships and build champions. I like the MJF angle. I'm going to give it a B. It's a solid B for me. Bleacher Report. Well, there we go. Bleacher Report gave it a B as well. Yeah.
As I said, the action-wise, I agree.
Don't have to justify your opinion, Luna.
I know.
Fine. Listen, Tiffy time. You just calm down. Simmer your oatmeal.
Let's go to our third match.
Sorry.
For the Owen Hart tournament, we have Mercedes Moné taking on Julia Hart. Ken and Dry, your thoughts?
Julia Hart started off this match looking clunky.
Yeah.
Julia Hart, she kind of got in the rhythm a bit afterwards, but she started off clunky. I love the one, all wrestlers, like the more complicated moves you make, the more you're going to slip up.
Yeah.
And I love how Monet, when she slipped on the rope or whatever, and all the fans are like, oh, and then she just did the dancing. It's like, just slough it off.
Yeah.
And I like how people deal with that shit.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for Monet, this match would have been a C.
Yeah.
But I'm giving it a B+.
Okay. Luna.
Let me just say, I'm becoming a Mercedes Moné fan. And her hair was on fire tonight, literally.
It was.
I love that look.
Yeah.
I think she looks great. Best look she's had ever.
Okay. What do you think, Luna?
Yes, I enjoyed this match. I give it a B+. As Canada said, her hair was awesome. I actually loved it too.
Yeah.
She looked really good in that outfit. I really dug the whole look.
Yeah.
She looked awesome tonight. I also am getting on the Monet train.
I personally thought, in all honesty, it was an okay match. For me, Monet, I think we're at a point now where Monet has to get better quality opponents. I think nothing against Julia Hart. I think
Julia's still a little green.
Yeah, Julia's still a little green. I mean, that's just the way it works.
Isn't yours saying green is goose shit?
Green is goose shit. But overall, I thought the match was good. I'm going to give it a B, according to B-, according to Bleacher Report.
That's fair. Anybody between a B- and a B+ is
there was no better than that.
Let's go to our trios match. We're talking about the Death Riders. They are going to be taking on Rated FTR.
Well, you can stick a fork in the Vancouver Canucks. They are out of the playoffs. They lost.
All right, go to the Bruins.
Hey! We both out of the playoffs.
All right.
So you guys are tanking the right way.
Yeah.
By just having a disastrous, horrible Quebec Nordique year.
We're just gonna basically just sell everybody. Just get rid of everybody. It's a rebuild decade for us in Boston.
And not to talk about hockey too much, but you guys signed 2 former Vancouver Canucks, and they both suck this year.
Yeah.
They made a lot of money.
Yeah, this has not been a good year at all.
And you're still stuck with those contracts.
We're stuck with them. I mean, We can't get rid of them. That's the problem. They have
What
no
do you think
chase.
of Zadorov's play?
Huh?
Do you like Zadorov?
I do. I really like him. I think I don't think they're playing him the right way. I think that's the problem. I think they're just not playing him the way he needs to play.
Okay.
But
sorry, hockey corner is over. Back to AEW Dynasty.
All right, so let's talk Death Riders. Let's talk Rated FTR. Canada Dry, you go first.
I enjoyed this. I think it was the right move. This is a lot of this show.
Yeah,
is story centered to move the story to the next place.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So they're not literally wrestling themed, but they're wrestling themed, but they're story themed to get us to the next place.
Yeah.
And I didn't think Rated FTR had a shot in hell for this.
Yeah.
Because what happened after the match?
Yeah, let's talk about it.
I think that's what we really want to talk about.
Let's do it.
So Dax goes for the concerto, and Cash pulls it off of him, and then all of a sudden they look like they're in conflict, and then they do the big rig, or what's it called, the Shatter Machine?
Yeah, Shatter Machine. Yeah.
They changed the name for the big rig for a while there, but that sounds like back to the Shatter Machine. But I love this. We're getting a heel FTR and a heel Young Bucks at the same time.
It's kind of weird, to be honest with you. It's going to be really weird having your two best tag teams in a somewhat okay tag team division, with the exception of the Hurt Syndicate. You have your top two are heels. So you have legitimate contenders now for the Hurt Syndicate.
Hey, remember Alicia Joyce?
Hey, how you doing? So
we miss you, Alicia.
Yeah. So what are you going to get? What grade are you going to give this?
I'm giving this an A because I really enjoyed the heel turn there. That was awesome.
Yeah.
It was surprising because you thought they were splitting up, JP.
Yeah.
You fell for it.
I did.
I give it an A.
Yeah. All right, Luna, what are your thoughts?
I thought this was a pretty good match. I give it about an A. Yes. I love what happened afterwards. I thought the whole thing was awesome. The whole turn. Laying out Edge. Good shit.
I mean, I gotta say, to be honest with you, like, this was so telegraphed for so long. It didn't feel like, if I was live at the show, I would have been like, oh damn, well, sucks for a rated R Sexton Hardcastle, but we knew it was going to happen. This isn't like top secret.
We knew it was going to happen. We just didn't know when.
Right. So, I mean, I'm gonna give it a C plus.
Really? Not that.
It's just I don't like trios wrestling. Get rid of the trios.
I thought the trios match was really good.
Yeah, get rid of the trios belt. We don't need it.
I don't know. I thought it was a good match.
Yeah. Bleacher Report has given it a B.
Yeah, they know.
Yeah, they know. All right. So let's go to our next match. It is going to be Timeless Tony Storm.
This is what we think it's leading to, John.
Yeah.
I think that's probably what it's leading to.
Yeah.
Yes. That's definitely probably in the cards.
Yeah. So let's go to Timeless Tony Storm. She is going to be taking on Megan Bain, the Women's World Championship. Canada Dry. Go first.
I love they did the Rocky theme for this.
Yeah.
but a Tony Storm Rocky theme.
Yeah. I mean, she wore the Rocky colors.
Yeah.
On her, for her.
At one point, I was like, "Oh wait, Rocky loses the first one. I thought she was going to lose, and then she's going to win it back at Double or Nothing. The sequel."
Yeah.
But yeah, I enjoyed this. I give this match a B+.
Okay. Luna.
Yes, if I had to say, this match was tremendous. This is definitely an A+.
A+.
An A+.
Okay. Okay.
Is this because of the booties around here? Is this what it's about?
I just thought the action was tremendous.
With
The match
here,
was
Tiffany.
awesome.
Tiffany's thinking with her.
What did you say?
You're thinking with the wrong lady parts.
I thought this match was tremendous, though. Both ladies are tremendously talented. Give it up for Megan, though. She put up a hell of a fight against Tony Storm.
Yeah.
And definitely, as Canada said, unfortunately, he's right.
You calm down. Calm down.
After
Dark, go ahead.
I'm going to say this.
Yeah.
For me,
The big booty bash.
Tony Storm made Megan Bayne look like a legit contender. Megan Bayne is not on the same level as Tony Storm. She is big, she's athletic, but she's clunky. And you see a lot of it in her move, especially her finishing move, which is basically.
I think she was an upgrade on Camille, though.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Is an upgrade from Camille. But overall, I mean, I'm going to give the match a B+. I think it was an all right match, but I think we need to start getting better talent to go after Tony Storm. I don't want her having to consistently wrestle.
Who do you think is winning on the women's side in this Owen Hart thing?
I don't know.
I think it's Athena. I mean, not Athena. I think it's Mercedes Moné.
Okay. I can see it. So Bleacher Report gave it a B. They said that the match was a B.
I'm liking my scores are pretty close to what Bleacher Report is doing.
Yeah. Let's go to the next match.
You and your A+.
We have another Owen match. We're going to be talking about Kyle Fletcher. He's going to be taking.
Who's wearing the Owen Hart pink?
Yeah.
And the Owen Hart bandana on his arm.
Yeah. He's going to be taking on Briscoe. Ken Dry, your thoughts on this match?
Megan reminds me of a female Scott Hall with her moves and raw athleticism. He's not far off.
Yeah.
I could agree. Yeah.
All right. So, what are your thoughts, Canada Dry?
I was really surprised on how, Mark Briscoe, he puts on good matches.
He does.
Yeah.
But something about his character is so boring. I don't know what it is. It's just
same repetition of moves.
I don't know. Yeah, he's just
Yeah.
His character, I guess, is just maybe he should be in a heel faction.
Yeah. What's your grade?
I'm giving this one a B.
Okay. Let's go to Luna Tiff.
Okay, so a match that could have been on Dynamite, but it was really good. I give it a B-.
Okay.
A shout out to Mark Briscoe, who has been one of the best around in the last 20-something years. He and Jay were my first tag team that I ever seen that wasn't in WWE at all. And I have watched this man throughout time.
That's exactly what it is, because he's meant to be a tag team wrestler.
Yeah.
It's like if this is like Cash and Dax broke up, I don't know if Cash could make it as a singles wrestler.
Yeah. Very true.
That's unfortunate to say, but I gotta say it. I agree.
Yeah. I thought it was a really good match. I thought Kyle Fletcher looked like $1 million, and I think Mark Briscoe helped him look better than what we've been seeing from Kyle Fletcher. I think Briscoe has the ability to put young talent over and make them look like
he sells so good.
Yeah. So I'm gonna give it a B+. I think it was a really good, serviceable match. It was a good match to place right smack dab in the middle of the show. So Bleacher Report agrees, B+. So let's go to our next match. Bandito taking on Chris Jericho. This is a mask versus belt match. Canada Dry, you go first.
I thought that this match was really good. Yeah. Bandito had a bit of a botch. But Jericho was such a veteran, he quickly puts him into a roll up.
Yeah.
To kind of make it all look like it was on purpose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was just, I love how they saved themselves in that moment, right? And it totally made you forget it.
Yeah.
I didn't like the restart the match thing.
Mm-mm.
I think he should have just won without the tease in there.
Yep. I agree.
Because I really wanted the mask to come off.
Yeah. All right, what grade are you going to give it?
I grade this a B as well.
Okay. Luna.
I grade this one a B, and I've never been so happy to see a match restart in my life. I was just like, oh, man.
It should have been a disqualification.
If you catch my drift here, yeah, I was nervous because, I was just like, oh, no. But it was a really solid match.
The match restart ruined this match. It was stupid.
well, I'm thinking because of another reason.
Yeah.
Yeah, the match was going really well. They had some good flow.
Yeah.
Did you rate it? Did you grade it, Tiffany?
I give it a B.
Okay.
I'm gonna give it a B as well. I think, in all honesty, it was a good match, but the reset and restart of the match, I think, hurt it. That period where they're figuring out what the hell is going on.
Mark Briscoe seems to be the guy that TK likes to job out. Do you think if Jay was still alive and they were all still a tag team, would they still be jobbing out, or would they be a top AEW? I don't think they'd be on. I think they'd still be on Ring of Honor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think they would be on AEW.
I think Mark. What if Mark wants to put people over? I mean, that could be his personal decision.
It's not his personal decision. He has to do what his job but at the same time,
it could be something he wanted to do.
Yeah.
Well, it's not that simple, Tiff. You got to do what your boss tells you to do.
Yeah.
Ultimately, I know that, but
everybody answers to everybody. That's just the way the world works. Let's go to our next match. Garcia. Daniel Garcia, your TNT champion, taking on Adam Cole for what seems like the 80th time. No one's allowed ringside. There's no time limit. They're just going to wrestle. Canada Dry, you go first.
Which match is this one?
Garcia Cole.
I thought this was a banger.
Yeah.
These guys put on show. Garcia looks so good with his facial expressions, just being more vicious.
Yeah.
He is he going to turn heel? I don't know, but I love this.
Yeah.
Adam Cole finally has gold in AEW.
Yeah.
I grade this one an A.
All right. Luna.
Hey guys, I'll be right back.
Okay,
Okay.
you can go and then she'll go.
I'm going to go. I thought this match was fantastic. I thought from bell to bell, they told a really great story. They really focused on Adam Cole's leg. They focused on his history, what he's done in his career, which I think is fantastic. I think that kind of really built the story because a lot of commentators over commentate. And I think that the commentating on this one was fantastic. I'm going to give it an A. I thought it was a great match. It's good to see Cole with a belt. What happens at this point, I don't know. But I don't want to see Daniel Garcia just disappear. Like, I don't want to see him disappear. I think what I would like to see is Adam Cole and Jack Perry duke it out. So I'm going to give it an A. I thought it was a fantastic match. Luna, your turn.
Wax poetic.
This match was a solid A as well. I thought it was really fun.
Yeah.
It was a banger.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Well, Bleacher Report disagrees with us. They gave it a B rating.
Just a B.
Just a B.
I would have found it a B plus, but
yeah. Let's go to our next match. It's a triple threat match. We're talking about Ricochet, Speedball Mike Bailey, and your international champion, Kenny Omega. Canada Dry, you go first.
all three of these men put on a show.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Speedball had his best match in AEW tonight.
Yep.
Ricochet still really good.
Yeah.
Kenny Omega shows why he's a wrestling god.
Yep.
I give this an A.
Okay. Lunatif.
Oh yeah, this match was straight fire.
Yeah.
I loved it. It was just great. A
Yep.
B, an A plus.
Oh, A plus.
Yep.
Okay.
You Bob Parkered me, damn it.
I'm going to say this. This match from start to finish, Ricochet not entering the ring until a little bit later, letting Mike Bailey and Omega kind of go at it. The move sets, the setups, the near falls, all this stuff that really contributed. My only beef with this, and the reason why I'm not giving it an A plus, is because Mike Bailey should have taken the loss, not Ricochet. And here's the reason why. Ricochet is entrenched in AEW and has his foot in what possibly will be a main event storyline. I think the leading up to it. Mike Bailey is new. They've basically just thrown him into the fire to see what Mike Bailey can do. And I think that Mike Bailey needs time to establish a legitimate storyline for Mike Bailey. Like, where's Mike Bailey's direction? Because right now, Ricochet, it's either going to be the International or it's going to be the World Championship. I'm not sure where Mike Bailey's going. And it's a shame because I think Mike Bailey is probably one of the most talented wrestlers on AEW's roster right now. So I would love to give it an A plus, but I'm going to give it an A because I think that Mike Bailey not taking the loss hurts Ricochet. I think Ricochet taking the loss hurts Ricochet. Surprisingly enough, Bleacher Report gave it an A as well. So good for Ricochet. Good for them. Which leads us now into the main event. The one thing we've been talking about. You have your champion, Jon Moxley, who refuses to show the belts as it retains in a briefcase, taking on Swerve Strickland. I'm going to go first because I want to talk about. Actually, I'm not going to go first. I'm going to go last. Ken, you go first.
So, like, starting off, Swerve comes out in the Static Shock gear.
Yeah,
that was really cool.
Yeah,
and I like that he takes the beating for the first quarter of the match.
Yeah.
I think the match was very, very good.
Yeah.
And even though Swerve got screwed by the Young Bucks,
yeah,
I still think it was a very good match and much better than Jon Moxley and Cope.
Yeah.
And believe it or not, I still think it makes Swerve a bigger star.
Yeah. Okay.
And I grade it an A.
Okay. Luna.
I like this match too. I give it an A. It was just another banger on the show.
Yeah.
To me. That wildness that happened with everybody coming out was so fun to me. And happy to see the Young Bucks. I think this is the happiest I've ever seen them in my life.
The Hangman moment was where he was about to. He didn't know who to hit. I thought that was a cool moment.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, this was an awesome match for sure. Yeah. An A.
I have major problems with AEW in terms of where they're going. The World Championship, and I'm speaking as an old school 30 plus years of wrestling love. The World Champion.
But JP, let's just be clear here.
Yeah.
You're rating the match.
I am rating the match.
Not what AEW is doing.
Correct.
So let's be clear.
The problem with the match at hand was the match itself. Swerve versus Moxley was visceral. It was violent. It hurt. The fact that these guys are going to get up and do this again maybe Sunday or Wednesday is unbelievable. It shows you the fortitude and the love that these guys have for the sport and the entertainment that are involved in. The problem you're running into is AEW has two very bad storylines. One we thought they may have eliminated, and that was the Elite storyline, which bled into the Jon Moxley storyline. And now we have two very incohesive storylines merging into possibly one storyline. Just because taking two bad storylines and merging them together.
I don't think that's what they're doing, JP.
I don't know what they're doing.
I think the Young Bucks, they're wearing white shirts. I think they're joining the Death Riders.
I have a problem with the Elite and especially without Jack Perry, because no one knows where Jack Perry is. We saw Okada, who came out after Kenny Omega,
Yeah, Mogul.
and now we're seeing the Young Bucks. I don't want the Elite and the Death Riders to merge into this one super faction, because it's been done before. The NWO has been done before.
My major beef with this is we still have that championship
Yeah.
in the briefcase. So not seeing it. I absolutely hate this.
Yeah.
And maybe that's the point. Maybe they want you to hate it.
Yeah. I thought the match ending took away from the masterpiece that Swerve and John Moxley. The shot of John Moxley's back and seeing the damage physically, the damage on John Moxley's back, told an amazing story about a man who is willing to go through the ends of the earth in order to retain. But it lost momentum. I don't understand the Young Bucks.
Swerve was about to win the title, and they stopped him.
Yeah, I have issues with it. When Moxley and the Death Riders first started, when it was just John and Marina, the three of us, the four of us, the five of us, all of us on Dynamite After Dark said, I'm in for it. I want to see what happens with this. I'm at a point now where I want Tony Khan to take a 12-gauge shotgun and blow it out of its misery. Get rid of the storyline.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Now it seems like we gotta wait till All In.
I don't want to wait till All In.
I don't either.
I don't want pro. I mean,
it sucks because we all thought that this was the end of it tonight.
Yeah,
and they pulled the rug from under us.
Because they're not going to do anything at Double or Nothing.
No, because now we got to wait.
This is going to be on the Owen. They're not going to do anything at Double or Nothing. We're going to have to wait until the middle of June or July or whenever it is to figure out what the hell's going on. That's a lot of time for Tony Khan to just find pit holes and potholes and things that don't work and paint yourself.
Okay. Aside from that,
yeah.
Aside with what they're doing, and you don't agree with it, I don't agree with it either, because I was able to separate the match from what the direction is.
Yeah.
What do you give the match?
I give the match an A. I give the shenanigans a C. Bleacher Report gave it a B+. Which, is I think the B+ is a good representation of everything that happened as a whole.
To me, this shows what a good wrestler Swerve is, because it doesn't matter who he's with.
The history of AEW for the next 3 to 5 years rests on two people, Will Ospreay and Swerve. And somehow you have to find a way to either have them come together or to go on parallel paths telling amazing stories. Because that's what Ospreay does, and that's what Swerve does. Swerve tells you a story, whether it's words or faces or anything. He tells you an amazing story.
And I think Swerve is better than Ospreay.
Absolutely.
I like Ospreay, but I think Swerve is better because
Swerve understands the psychology of professional wrestling. Will Ospreay knows how to get people off their feet, and that's a huge difference. Yeah. You look at Jake the Snake Roberts or Waylon Mercy or any of those guys, and even what's his face, Bray Wyatt. You look at them, Kevin Sullivan. You look at them, you realize these guys are not world champions. These guys were not the guys who carried a promotion. They understood the psychology and the storytelling of a not a match, but a storyline, and that's what Swerve does. Yeah. Swerve tells you a story. And that's what makes Swerve the most dangerous guy and probably one of the best wrestlers. What was he ranked? Number 2 on PWI? Number 2.
Yeah.
How in the world is this guy number 2? At all. I don't understand. So,
Well, because Cody Rhodes had just won the world title. That's why.
screw Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes is Hulk Hogan with a dream tattoo.
To be fair, Cody Rhodes said to Swerve, it should have been you.
I agree. And Cody Rhodes is a straight up guy. Cody Rhodes doesn't belong number 1 on that. Not on that list. You go match to match.
But PWI is kind of bullshit.
PWI used to be the standard.
Yeah, it used to be.
It used to be the standard. So, overall, I want us to pick our favorite match.
And then our runner-up, our second favorite match.
Yeah, 2 favorite. Your first favorite match, your second favorite match, and an overall score by letter.
Oh,
and
we're gonna stay with the letter.
Yeah, because Bleacher Report had one too.
Okay, we'll go with letter.
Canada, you go first.
All right, we're gonna go with my favorite match of the night is still Swerve because it's Swerve Strickland, John Moxley, and it was a hell of a match. Those dastardly young bucks ripped my heart out. And I'm giving my number 2, my silver medal. I'm giving it to Kenny Omega, Bailey, and Ricochet. That match tore the house down.
Yep. What is your?
And I'm giving this pay-per-view an A. It was highly entertaining. I feel I got my money's worth. So,
yeah. Luna Tiff.
Honestly, going into the show, I thought that I was only interested in like 3 matches. But I ended up having more fun than I thought I was going to have. My match of the night is Kenny Omega, Ricochet, and Mike Bailey. And my runner-up is Toni Storm and Megan Bayne.
Yeah.
Overall, I think I'd give the show a B.
Oh, okay. All right.
There's a couple of matches that I just thought should have been on Dynamite. Yeah. And forcing myself through to watch a little bit. But overall,
I can't wait till we would do a WWE show, and we'll be all grading low, and she'll be grading high.
No,
I think that's what's gonna happen. We watch. We'll see.
No, I've given the show an A before.
Yeah, this show on a whole,
The
show on a whole had way more hits than it had misses.
Yeah.
There were chances to elevate, motivate, move stories forward. I felt some of them got stuck in the mud. Some of them went the wrong way. Some of them went the right way. My match of the night, I'm going to go with my runner-up. My runner-up is the triple threat match. Kenny Omega, for the first time, looked like Kenny Omega from 5 years ago. Every move was crisp. Every move was precise. Kenny Omega looked amazing. And in turn, he made Mike Bailey and he made Ricochet look even better. And Ricochet is already at that point. So it was really dependent on Mike Bailey. And Mike Bailey threw everything he had, including the kitchen sink, and looked like $1 million. My match of the night was Swerve Strickland. Regardless of the shenanigans that happened at the end, Swerve Strickland consistently, night after night, match after match, segment after segment, he refuses to acknowledge that he's not the best. This man is the best in wrestling today.
Yeah.
Screw the Billy Goat.
Yeah, and you're right. You're right, Jim, because like just seeing Swerve excel in the main event, it kind of it makes you forget that the screw job finish.
Yeah, like if you are thinking of becoming a professional wrestler, if you're thinking about getting in the wrestling business, however you want to get in, watch Swerve Strickland. And I'm not talking about his AAW run. I'm talking about his Lucha Underground run.
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking about his NXT run.
Yep.
AEW run. Watch him. That man progressed.
Yeah. I liked him in the Indies too.
Yeah. He is absolutely amazing.
I don't understand why Alex doesn't like him. I don't get it.
Yeah. Swerve tells a story without saying a freaking word, and that is amazing. He's just amazing. I'm giving it a minus. I thought that it was fantastic. I thought that the ending's like Lost. You're left with far more questions than you are answers. That's what I loved and hated about Lost. 20 years later, you still don't know what the hell happened on the island. That's exactly what happened in Dynasty. You don't really know what happened.
So if you give it an A-, she gives it a B, and I give it an A, does that make it a B+?
Yes.
You know what? I'm going to change mine to an A- too.
Bleacher Report gave it a B+. You know what? For a card that had, you're right, Luna said it perfectly. There were 2 or 3 matches that should have been Dynamite or Collision, but and kind of given more room to work with. Like I would have liked to have seen the Daniel Garcia Adam Cole match go for another 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Because they were
the action itself was overall an A-.
So that is the end of the show. You watched Dynasty. Hopefully, you watched our prediction show.
Is A- the real grade that they give students? Because no one ever gets an A-.
I got an A-.
It was good, but not quite that good, kid.
I one time got an A+ from a creative writing class in 9th grade.
Yes, an A-.
It was to write a step-by-step instruction on how to do something. So people were stupid and they how to make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Back in the day, your mouse used to have a ball in it. That's how you moved your mouse. No lasers. So I wrote a how-to article on how to change your mouse's balls. And did it in a way that sounded like I was talking about a real mouse and real testicles. So there you go. I got an A+.
That is brilliant.
Literally, my instructor, my teacher said, "You are far too creative for this class. What the hell are you doing?" So, anyways, guys,
how old were you?
I was like in 9th grade. So,
yeah, 9-year-old great JFB. Well,
there you
go.
So, guys, that's the end of our show. There's multiple ways to get a hold of us. Get on the keyboard, clickety-clackety, clickety-clack. It sends you all over the place. Any place we are on social media, by God, you're going to find us. We're on Wednesdays. We're on every day. I mean, basically, now, if you want to help us out, there's a great way to do it. In fact, they have a sale going on right now as we speak.
That's true.
ProWrestlingTees.com/effing wrestling or ProWrestlingTees.com/Adrian Donis, because you can get up to 20% off of all of your gear.
Now, is there a code you got to put in?
There's a code. We'll find the code. We'll put it in the notes. I think the code is like 20, code 20 or save 20 or something like that. Anyway, you know how they are.
There'll be an advertisement.
Yeah, the first thing you do when you hit the website, they're going to tell you what the code is. Actually, I don't think there's a code. I think it's automatically added.
Okay.
So
yeah, the codes are dumb anyways.
Yeah. So on behalf of Canada Dry, on behalf of Luna Tiff, I am the Chief Shenanigans Officer. I am the JFB.
And I'm Luna.
She's Luna. And if you're struggling with depression, you're struggling getting to sleep because you're watching this podcast, maybe reach out. No, don't reach out to people because it's late. How about you just take a NyQuil, go to sleep, and call your doctor in the morning. Or reach out to us in the morning. Raise your fists in the air, put the devil in a sharpshooter, and just keep fighting. Hello, I would like to order a pizza. I am looking for pepperoni. Pizza party for my 5-year-old son. Hello?
Thanks for tuning in. This has been Tony Schiavone for the All Fan Wrestling Network.